Hello, Freedom Rose, and we're in our theater room. I wanted to show you this because Isaiah went to such amazing work. I had children home for 46 years, my own kids, adopted stepchildren, and then my grandchildren. And so when we got married 5 years ago, we said we're going to make our house into a fun place for us, for retired people. And he did. He made me this theater room, our theater room. Look at the ceiling. That's theater movie screen back there. I'm going to take you off for just a second. He even made an area for when people come over. We have all our little snacks. He's so creative. So we're in here because, well, first of all, you've never seen this room. And, oh, yeah, it's a big 75-inch screen over there. And I'm going to turn my lights on so you can see me. And this has nothing to do with the topic today. I just wanted to share with you a little bit to get to know each other a little bit more. Oop. There I am. Hello. And is that enough? I think that's enough. The other one would be too much. So our topic today, I showed you a few videos ago about using words. And so all throughout my day, not every day, but when I'm supposed to be making pictures to bring me comfort and peace, that as I've showed you in other videos, but I'm going to bring it up again, they're not to tell my future, although they are in the future, usually 24 to 48 hours, but I've also have some, I just came across some from a year ago, telling what's going on with the military and ICE and all of those things. But they're not to tell the future. I want to establish that right away because they're to bring me comfort in the moment. So when I saw that picture yesterday about there was a military jacket, there was a star for the military, there was things, a trunk, like a suitcase. Well, if I say trunk, I'm just going to let you go there. I don't do politics. And I'm not pointing any fingers, but it had that in there to establish, and that the suitcases, the trunks were leading them. It was going to the side of the page, leading them. And so I knew it was about now. So I'm going, okay, we were supposed to go through what we're going through now, as hard as it is. It is, and that's what these pictures are. These pictures are two things to kind of say, oh, when you see the word love or words like that, you get that hug. But these, and I did these, and the reason I am sharing this with you now was my class back in 2018. I had to raise money to go to Europe to cross over people in Poland at Auschwitz. And I had to raise quite a bit. I didn't have any support system. I just had me. And I knew that I was supposed to do this work. I knew I had contracted and that they were waiting for me. And I actually have a story behind that just brought me tears as we were pulling up to Auschwitz, validated to me by the taxi cab driver. And so I just went, oh my gosh, because you don't know whether you're thinking. As long as I've been doing this, I still doubt, right? And I'm thinking, do they know I'm coming? And the angels kept saying, yes, they know you're coming. They're waiting for you. This is a period of time in history that was contracted by you to be there to do that work and cross the people over in Auschwitz. So the words, pictures in my classes, back to the classes, circle around, squirrel. I did the classes in my master part of the class. So I had 101, teaching very simple, 102 and 103. And if they stayed for the whole class, so it was an 8-hour day, an 8-hour class, and they would get to do the final graduation, what I call it, and it was making one of these pictures. And we went out to the roadside where there's lots of trash, right? There's people throw stuff out throughout the country, and there was all kinds, and we just scavenged, And we all separated in different ways, and they're picking up all these little pieces. And they were absolutely blown away that when we got back and the pieces that they put together made their story of what they were doing currently in time. Now, how do they do that? Well, I just know that they can. They can intervene, put things in our path at exactly the right moment. And I kind of know how, but that's not a topic for today. The topic for today is to show you how I do it at home, and how it brings me, well, joy just to make the pictures, but to bring me that peace, especially in time today. So this morning, how it happened today, I don't do this every day, right? I'd go nuts if I had to do this every day, because it does take up a little bit of time. I was putting this, what is this? You can see I've cut it all up. Gold metal flour bag. I was helping my husband and putting, he loves to bake. He's the baker, not the bake, he's the chef. I'm the baker, he's the chef, but he actually bakes too. I was putting this in his big old jar that we put on the sink, and I could not look past the word gold. It just kept sticking in my mind, and I keep looking at it. I go, oh gosh, okay, I'm supposed to cut it out and make a picture. That's how I know, and you will know too. Here's another one. I was cleaning out my sewing basket today, and this had needles on it, right? Or something like that. I think it was needles. Yeah, yarn needles, okay? And it had this word on it that I couldn't get past, okay? So this says to me, there's obvious the word boy, right? So angels use sound like, look like, or sometimes the exact word like love, right? So in this, and in the picture that I'm going to attach to this, I have a picture already made that I used all of these. This, in this instance, for me today, is boy. So to buoy someone up or to lift someone up, right? So that's what that is. And then these are some that I cut out during the week and know that they're coming up in a picture. Here's a keyhole and a heart, right? This is all going to make sense when we put the picture together, because I will explain it to you. So this has numbers over, now here particularly is the 135. Now 135 I would break down to the number 13 and the number 15. Why? For me, those are the 2 days that I launched. I launched on 113. We just celebrated this week. I launched on Facebook. And then October 15th, I launched on YouTube. So those, the 13 and the 15, are very significant for me in this picture, because it says baking for success. So in other words, I've been cooking this and it's been successful and I'm doing well and growing, right? And what do you do when you bake? It usually expands. So all symbolism, angels use so much symbolism. And then I was cutting out something else this week, and it had a blue border on it, and it ended up making blue, of course the number blue, right? 111. Okay, so blue for me is the color for truth, and one of the books that I met that has other things. Blue would be your knowingness, your third eye as well. So knowing, right? And this is 111. And that's what it ends up being in the picture as well. Now, I'm going to ask you, without saying a word, what do you see here? How many hands do you see? What else do you see? The number 12 or 22, right? There's the number 22 as well. This is where, in this type of understanding, this is where the ego is set aside and we think out completely out of the box. Completely out of the box. So here, and in this picture, I see this as not one hand, but two hands that are open, right? That are open. And the number 5, which we just had the number 5 in 135 as well. And the number 5 to me is about ascension, right? And it's also maybe high five, right? High five, high five. And then this also would represent community to me, working together, two hands together, working. And I think that's kind of what that is in the picture that's going to be tagged onto the end of this. And here's gold medal. So there's a date on this, 10, about final, right? 10 is about final. 8 and 8 is eternal, right? Eternal round. And then a reiteration of 15 when I launched this, right? And so it's actually 10:15. Can be seen this as 10:15, which is the actual date that I launched. And gold is a healing color. In the school that I go to, and of course there's the blue for truth again, red for premium quality. All these words could mean something when you're doing yours as well. Now, these were interesting that go in the picture. I was given this one on the ground outside, and it is all rusted and corroded. See that? Oh, there's actually looks like a little face right there. Oops, right in the front. That looks like a little person smiling up at me. That's funny. It's the first time I've seen it. Anyway, this in the picture represented to me an old door opening, a drawer, an old door opening something. And then look what they gave me this morning when I was cleaning out the same sewing box. This is brand new. So old door or old ways, new ways, right? That's what I believe that it's, or a door to the ancestry, right? Way back, tapping into your skills from the ancestry. And then whatever door, I actually saw this as a person as well. This here could be a person because it's got a ball for a head on the top. And then in the picture, it could represent Christmas, but it also represents Christ energy to me, right? And then you've got the number 4 snowflakes, right? 4 angels, red, your greens. You would look at all of those things for you. Remember, these pictures are for you, and I'm describing what your picture might mean through doing a picture for you, okay? And then the last thing I have here is high quality. Now, it's also a leaf, which is about what? Growth. See what else would be? Yeah, pretty much growth in the color yellow, right? What is yellow here? It would be your voice, your throat chakra, right? Or no? Let me think. Hold on. Red, orange. It would be your power. It would be your power in your chakras. And then green is your throat chakra. I gotta sit back just a little bit. So I am going to attach a picture to this, and you'll look at it and you're going to decide what it means from the explanation of what it could mean. What does it mean for you because it's in your path today? And if you choose, pray about it, right? Ask your higher self, however you want to get an answer, whether this is right for you. It may not be. It may be too much. It may be overwhelming. It may be some people. I had a client yesterday that is afraid of her intuition. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then don't do it, right? Don't do it. These are for those that are ready to do it and want to start exercising that out-of-the-box thinking. Because when we use those muscles, guess what happens? Just like any other muscle, it becomes stronger, right? Aho, amen. So it is. If you have any questions, text me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And subscribers, the contest is still going on for this month for getting a drawing, right? An in interpretive drawing. You can see it. Go down to the video that says congratulations. It's a longer video like this one, and it will show you the interpretive drawings that I do, that I'm giving away this month to a subscriber that says yes in comments and the letter P. I forgot to bring my little piece of paper in here to show you that. Aho, amen. So it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for buoying me up. Thank you for being interested in this. I will try to never disappoint. And as you can see things going on in the world, this is why I've increased my time with you. Mwah.